This 99-year-old true crime fan had always dreamed of being arrested. When the Dutch police found out that it was on her bucket list, they picked her up, handcuffed her, and threw her in the slammer. She enjoyed every minute of it. She looks like she's having a great time. How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to EmKay. I'm your host, Robin, and today we're going to be taking a look at r/Mademesmile. Because every now and then I like to smile too, you know? My little sister had an accident today at kindergarten, and this is how my dad left to pick her up so she wouldn't feel sad or embarrassed. That's what dads are supposed to do. All of them. Yes, all of them. There is a requirement. Just at work, tripping on acid. Oh, Dad. Believe me, most people can't wait to be dads just so they can do the dad jokes. And this guy, you can tell he's been waiting all his life to say something like this. All right. We are from village. Don't know you see or not expecting to get a reply from you. Can you make them as Krishna family? Here it is. Wow. Jeez, that is an impressive piece of work. We welcomed our firstborn 5 days ago. Our dog Lucy has been on watch ever since. He cried slightly this morning and she immediately went to make sure everything was okay and stayed until he fell back asleep. Love them both. I absolutely love the bond between a dog and a baby. It's just the cutest thing in the world. This bike may look odd to some, but this man built it so that his blind brother can feel the wind like he does. That's quite a brother and quite a mechanical engineer. Look at that. That is really well done. Autistic Boy was sad that Blockbuster closed, so his parents built him his own Blockbuster at home. What gives? Where's my Blockbuster at home? That would be so freaking cool! Today, my mom went on a boat with this dog, and I thought everyone deserved to see this. Damn, this guy is 100% ready for whatever they're gonna run into out there. I take baths with my cat, letting her float in a plastic box. I keep the box in my closet. I only started doing this about a month ago, but now when I turn the bath water on, she runs to the closet and jumps in her box. Aw, she's got a little frickin' boat of her own. After many long years and struggling, I was finally able to pay for braces myself and get them today. God, I'm one step closer to being able to do that myself. I can only imagine how it must feel after that long a time. My dog gets really anxious in the car, so my grandma asked to sit in the back with him. The whole car ride, all I heard was, "It's okay, we're almost there, brave boy." That's too goddamn cute. How is same-sex marriage viewed where you live? In Canada, we just call it marriage. And since it's not hockey, nobody really cares which team you're playing for. My mom got me a cardboard cutout of my dog to take with me to college. Where can I also get a cardboard cutout of your dog? Be careful with my baby, please. Oh, absolutely. I would do nothing but be careful, all right? I'd rather use my own head to break a fall than to accidentally hurt that little tiny baby puppy. Today is my last day of chemo. Oh my God. It's just insane how young so many of them are. This is good for you, though. You kicked its ass. In Islam, we believe that when a child dies, they're sent to heaven as angels, and they wait at the gates of paradise to guide you in and reunite. What a beautiful belief. I love the positivity you've sent me. Please continue to spread it, unlike some of the people in these comments. Yeah, it is rare, but you do see positivity every now and then in the comments of random places. I made my friend's chinchilla out of wool, and I think I captured him quite well. Oh my God. Very, very lifelike. Fantastic. Years ago, anthropologist Margaret Mead was asked by a student what she considered to be the first sign of civilization in a culture. The student expected Mead to talk about fish hooks or clay pots or grinding stones. But no, Mead said that the first sign of civilization in ancient culture was a femur, thigh bone, that had been broken and then healed. Mead explained that in the animal kingdom, if you break your leg, you die. You can't run from danger, get to the river for a drink, or hunt for food. You're meat for prowling beasts. No animal survives a broken leg long enough for the bone to heal. A broken femur that has healed is evidence that someone has taken the time to stay with the one who fell, has bound up the wound, has carried the person to safety, and has tended the person through recovery. Helping someone else through difficulty is where civilization starts, Mead said. We are at our best when we serve others. Be civilized. Yesterday, this kid had his Pokemon card collection stolen. A local police officer gave him his own collection. Now what's this? You stacking energy cards on me? I don't know if this will make any of you smile as much as I am, but I'm officially a 45-year-old college freshman. I was accepted. They even set my schedule. Oh, okay, what do we got here? We got some historians and the public, intro to historical studies, world politics, world religions. All seems quite interesting. My father died 14 years ago, but I still add his number to my contacts list every time I get a new phone. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. It's just like saving the last voicemail you got from them. I paid for his beer and that of his guys. Everyone loved me. I didn't know it was such a big deal for guys. My friend has a girl who feeds all of us on the weekends. Anytime he looks at another girl, we slap him on her behalf. My crush keeps texting me on how cute her crush is. It's not me. I don't know if she realizes that I'm reading her text through a blur of tears. Edit. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm her crush. Give that man a round of applause. A photographer spent 2 days taking photos at a Detroit Montessori school. During afternoon circle time, while the children listened to a story, he captured this beautiful picture. Aww. Brilliant photograph. About the author. When Dave Pilkey was a kid, he suffered from ADHD, dyslexia, and behavioral problems. Dave was so disruptive in class that his teachers made him sit out in the hall every day. Fortunately, he loved to draw and make up stories. He spent his time in the hallway creating his own original comic books. In the 2nd grade, Dave Pilkey created a comic book about a superhero named Captain Underpants. His teacher ripped it up and told him he couldn't spend the rest of his life making silly books. Fortunately, Dave was not a very good listener, and his teacher was not a very good teacher. Isn't that lovely? This guy got on the bus and just stared at me and Lulabelle on my lap for a solid 30 seconds and then goes, "Are you allowed to have dogs on the bus?" And I just shrugged. Then he pulls a chihuahua out of nowhere. This took an unexpected and wholesome turn. I'm locked out of my dog's Facebook account that I created in 2010, and they won't let me back in unless I send over a copy of his driver's license. I have no choice but to teach him how to drive. This duck brings her ducklings to OP's house every year so he can help her take care of them. This time, 13 fluff balls showed up. Alright, can I have one though? Maybe 2. No, I'm being selfish. Just one. Just let me have one. I had court this morning after taking my son to school. This guy in the blue shirt had over $3,000 in traffic tickets, which accumulated over a course of 3 years. He just got out of prison about 2 months ago and is looking for current employment. It's been hard on him to get a job due to his background. Before he could explain, the judge cut him off and said these exact words. Look, I know the system doesn't believe in second chances for a felon. In fact, the whole reform idea isn't exactly that. I'm a man of God and I believe in second chances. You can't move forward with all these fines and a felony on your record. I can't do anything about the felony, but I'm going to wipe all of these tickets away and write a letter to have your driver's license reinstated. You paid your debt to society. Here is the start of your second chance. The judge's name is Edward Hasbrook. Man, this moment proved all white people aren't against you and everyone in the system doesn't oppose you. My girlfriend doesn't eat fish, but on paella nights, my dad always makes her a separate fish-free version. Aw, see now that's thoughtful. Turned some old sheets I had into some mommy and me fits. Okay, those look really frickin' good though. You are clearly incredibly talented. They hadn't seen each other since daycare closed down. Their parents arranged for a playdate together. This is what happened when it was time to leave. Don't cry, guys. You'll see each other again sooner than you think. I frolicked for the first time ever today, bruh. Y'all ever frolicked before? Why no one ever tell me about this? It's a very well-kept secret. You can't be telling people about it. It has magical properties and it can be dangerous. Garbage men of Reddit, what's the most memorable thing you found in the trash? Not a garbage man, but my dad was before I was born. He's found old fishing lures, a Belova watch, but most importantly, my dad was the driver who had this one girl's garbage route. And every time the girl would hear the truck, she'd get all the last-minute garbage from the house and take it out so she could get a good look at the garbage men. And she was interested in my dad. She even scheduled her radiography classes around trash collection day, just so she'd be home. When my dad noticed the trend, he'd often switch roles with one of the guys on the back of the truck so he could take the girl's last-minute garbage from her and toss it in. This went on for months. One day, the girl's father locked her out of the house and said he wouldn't let her back in until she gave her phone number to one of the garbage men. Coincidentally, this was one day my dad was driving. She took the trash up to the guy on the back and asked him, "Hey, is your driver seeing anyone?" The guy yelled to my dad, "Hey Keith, are you seeing anyone?" And this is how my dad found his most valuable treasure, my mom, in the garbage. They've been happily married for almost 26 years. This goose used her wings to protect an abandoned puppy from the cold. The puppy went to sleep and stopped shivering. See, sometimes geese can be pretty nice. For me, this remains the most profound picture ever taken of Obama. The little boy needed to know if Obama's hair was actually like his own. Googled most important image on the internet and was not disappointed. I can see why. I'm not disappointed either. If heaven exists, then this is what you see at the gates. Well, he better give me a big ol' kiss. Meet the man who has saved more than 1,000 girls from sex traffickers and also provides free education to poor girls. Now this guy is what we would actually use the word hero for. He is the definition of that word. Born in 1920 in Aberdeen, helped decode the enigma at Bletchley Park during World War II, turned 100 years old today. My hero of a grandmother. Damn, the big 100, dude. Quincy's been waiting all week to show the garbage men his garbage truck, but in the moment, he was overwhelmed in the presence of his heroes. I hid under the bed to scare my boyfriend while he was in the bathroom, and when he came out and he saw I was gone, I watched him get all excited and run into the closet to wait and scare me. I was sitting under my bed crying, laughing. It's cold out. I'ma wear my pajamas. Oh, man. After 6 months of being homeless and jobless, I now have a new apartment, a car, and a job in a call center. And I did it on my own. So proud of myself. Keep kicking ass, dude. And look at that. You got a sick little briefcase. The highlight of my day was my teacher bringing his cat to school. And every time he asked the class a question, his cat would meow and he would accept it as the answer. Love it. 10 out of 10. Anonymous Angel buys new lawnmower for 85-year-old man after his gets stolen. You bet your ass he's gonna ride that thing all the way to Paradise Falls. Man falsely imprisoned for 10 years uses prison library to study law and have his conviction overturned. Becomes a lawyer and is now helping overturn other false convictions. I hope he got a lot of money when he was released for being put in jail for 10 years for no reason. In loving memory of Charlie, please help yourself to a tennis ball for your dog to enjoy. You may also wish to pop it back in the box afterwards for another pooch to enjoy. If you wish, then you can keep it. That is also fine. Remember to live each moment just like your dog, with unconditional love, loyalty, and happiness. A thing I've started doing with my class is giving them a secret mission, where they have to do something, and if another staff member tells me about it, the whole class moves up my rewards chart. Last week was holding doors for people. This week is asking people about their day. My toddler slipped and spilled her cereal all over herself. And the carpet. Instead of yelling at her and flipping my shit, I picked her up, changed her outfit, then she helped me clean the mess up. No tears, no shame, no yelling. My parents would have hit me and yelled. I refuse to be them. Well, you're already 10,000 times better than them. Very clear. Since I started my new job, about a month ago, I noticed one of my coworkers gets treated like an outcast, so I made a point to befriend him. Today, he came into my office, handed me a gift card, and awkwardly goes, "Thank you for treating me like a person." Bitch, I might be crying. I was the poor kid growing up. My mom used to send me to birthday parties with no present just so I could eat. I definitely got to a point where I understood and was embarrassed as hell. In 5th grade, my friend's mom invited me to sleep over the night before the actual birthday party. When her daughter was in the shower, the mom laid out the toys that she had bought her daughter for her birthday. She let me pick one to wrap and put my name on. I'm 37 now, and I'm still grateful to that mom. That one act made such an impact on me. Starting my PhD program on Monday, and my mom just asked me if I would send her my papers as I finished writing them for her to read, because she's so proud of me. She also said she'd try really hard to understand them. Not even gonna lie, I'm full-on ugly crying right now. Last month, I posted on YSK advising people not to avoid photos as they're the only way your loved ones will be able to see you when you're gone. After my mom died, I was left with nothing but her driver's license and a blurry picture. Because of the post I made, someone offered to clear up the blurry picture of us. Damn, they did a fantastic job! As a dad, one of my favorite responsibilities is making everyone in my house their own special pizza on pizza night. I love seeing everyone happily munching on their pizzas. You want to come live with me? Like, at all? Are these two getting engaged? Are we all invited to the wedding by proxy now? I am 2 years sober today. Consequently, Tay-Tay is 2 years old. We rescued each other. Go, give me a big ol' hug, goddammit. My boyfriend came to watch me present my research, and at the end I asked for questions. He asked a super specific question that allowed me to reiterate the most interesting part of my research. He knew the answer. He wanted me to be able to highlight it again. What a man! High school cross-country team invites shelter dogs on their morning run. I'm not sure who was more excited. Oh, absolutely the dogs. I don't know this man's name, but he deserves to be recognized. Exhibit B looked at his full 3 baskets of Valentine's candies and cards and jokingly said, "You got something for every one of the loves in your life, didn't you?" His reply, "No ma'am, I'm a school bus driver. Hashtag the real MVP. In honor of yet another troll saying that I shouldn't post photos of myself, here are 2 cute selfies. Feeling fine AF right now, y'all. And this is precisely what I mean about saying nothing if you have nothing nice to say. What gives anybody the right to tell another human what they should and shouldn't post? You're beautiful, Melissa, inside and out." And clearly, she gave them the best middle finger she could. I made an old lady blush today at work because she ordered 2 senior coffees, and I said, "Senior? I'm sorry, miss. I'm gonna have to ask to see some ID." And then she covered her mouth and went, "Oh dear me," and couldn't stop smiling. You, my friend, are a really sweet person. After not seeing my dog in 5 months, I Skyped with him last night. My mom sent me this after we disconnected. Oh, I know that feel, little buddy. This is the best thing you'll see today. Mitch McConnell passing a smirking Jon Stewart in the Capitol, right before the vote on a permanent authorization of funding for 9/11 first responders. Jon Stewart pushed for full funding for years while Mitch dragged his feet and betrayed the heroes of 9/11. Today, Mitch goes down to defeat, and the 9/11 victim compensation is fully funded through 2092. Yeah, take that, you old leatherback turtle piece of crap. I mean, seriously, who the hell in their right mind would drag their feet on that issue? When my 13-year-old daughter was 5, I taught her that squeezing 3 times while holding hands means I love you. I did this for the sole purpose of being able to secretly tell her this as I walked her down the aisle one day, without bawling like a baby. Oh, come on, you're still gonna bawl like a baby. Hashtag Father's Day. My girls thought I needed a new look to the hard hat. What y'all think? I think they did a fantastic job and really added some spice to your look. Dad, can you keep my Snapchat streaks alive when I'm away? Sure, you just need to show me what to do. Okay, just please don't embarrass me. Hi, this is Blank's dad. Just doing a streak. Have a good day. Hi, hoping everyone did their homework. Hey kids, starting in kindergarten, if you read 20 minutes a night, by the time you're in 6th grade, you'll have read 1.8 million words. Keep it up. A train station in Japan had plans to close, but noticed that a student was the only one using it. For her, they kept the station running until she graduated high school. Meanwhile, here in the States, if the same situation happened, they'd say, tough shit, who cares? Strippers of Reddit, what's your weirdest story while working? Escort instead of stripper. I had one guy who would take me to a restaurant once every month. He always requested there would be nothing else involved. No stripping, no touching, no sex, just sitting there for a few hours. So he also wanted me to dress like I would for a normal night out. He had a massive stutter. So much that a single sentence could take him a minute to pronounce. Normally, he would always speak by writing things down, as people never had the patience to listen to him. He just wanted someone to actually talk to. He mentioned that I was his 7th escort, because the others all refused to see him multiple times. After I left the job, I kept in touch with him. We still go out every once in a while, almost 10 years later, and we call more often. Though now he no longer has to pay, and because he has someone to talk to, his stutter massively improved. Cheetahs are so shy that zoos give them their own emotional support dogs. What? How the hell am I only just hearing about this? Sister-in-law had her driving test today. There are 3 possible spots they use to test reversing around a corner, and one of them she just couldn't master. So stepdad Ken went and parked his car right there, so the examiner had to pick one of the other 2. Anyway, she passed. It's the way he holds on to me, with an incredibly large bear hug grip. I adopted this poor, traumatized fella on Friday. I was worried he wouldn't be happy at my house. This is where we are on Monday. Internet, meet Thomas. Yo, can you give Thomas a big old smooch on the head for me real quick? A tiger mother lost her cubs because of premature labor. Her health was declining because of depression. She was given piglets wrapped in tiger cloth. She now loves these pigs and treats them as her babies. One of my favorite tables was a mom, a dad, and their young son. He was very little, like 3 or so, and mostly nonverbal. I believe he had autism, but don't want to assume. The mom spoke no English and the dad spoke enough to order and say thank you, but that was about it. They were Mexican immigrants and sold fruit out of their truck across the street every weekend. I served them every single Saturday and Sunday morning. They were always so polite to me and left me $5 to $10 as a tip every time. No matter how busy I was or how many times I forgot something, they were nice and they tipped in full. When I went on maternity leave, a lot of my regulars tipped bigger because we were a small town diner and that's customary of regulars. But I will never forget that this family brought me a basket of fresh fruit, a bag of onesies, and a card, which congratulated me and wished me luck in broken English, along with a $50 bill. I cried and I think I made the dad a little nervous, but they've always been my favorite customers of all time. Japanese child actress Mana Ashida, Little Mako, was embarrassed that she couldn't pronounce Guillermo del Toro's name, so he gave her special permission to call him Totoro-san instead. My neighbor Guillermo del Toro. If I don't reblog this, assume I'm dead. Jeez. Hopefully I've been pronouncing it right all this time. Dear parents, thoughts of a trucker. I'm not a parent, maybe one day, but 6 other drivers and myself were talking in a truck stop about kids not doing the arm pump like we did as kids for the truckers to blow their horns. It's becoming something so rare that when it happens, we brag about it for weeks. Literally. Can we please start teaching kids the arm pump again? Sometimes we have a rough day, and making a child smile by blowing our horns for them when they give us the arm pump can drastically change our day. Possibly theirs too. We miss that. That's all I wanted to say. Take care. All right, bye-bye. I fully agree. I used to do that when I was a kid, but you know what? I'm gonna start doing it again. In 2009, Pixar granted a wish from 10-year-old Colby Curtin to see Up before she died from cancer. A Pixar employee flew to Curtin's house with a DVD of the finished film and screened it for her and her family. Colby, with her parents nearby, died later that night. Okay, so I've always been confused here. What is it about mailmen that dogs seem to hate, whereas with UPS guys, dogs can't get enough of them? It's so confusing. Last night we had a 93-year-old guest. When she came in, she said she couldn't see much, only in her peripheral vision. We put a chair in the pod for her to sit on. She swam with dolphins and said, "Wowee, it's just so beautiful. I want this over my headboard." Turns out she could see in VR. Then she experienced Google Earth for 45 minutes. Mostly street views of past homes, homes of loved ones, etc. She directed us to where to drive around, click, and gave us the history of the neighborhood. When I was a girl, that house on the corner was a brothel. Then we went to Paris, where she stared up at the Eiffel Tower completely frozen for 2 whole minutes. Afterwards, her daughter came back and said that at dinner, her grandma cried saying, "I haven't seen colors like that in years." VR is definitely taking us places we never thought it would, and I'm very happy for that. Me and my wife both woke up randomly at 2 a.m. yesterday. Instead of going back to bed, we spent the next few hours in the dark chatting and laughing about random crap we've been through over the years. Nice reminder why being married to your best friend is lit. The girl I babysit has made me watch WALL-E at least 10 times, so I assumed it was her favorite movie. But today her mom told me she watches it because she thinks it's my favorite movie. It sounds like WALL-E is both of y'all's favorite movie. Every evening, this man takes his sick dog to a lake because the water helps relieve his dog's pain. That's exactly what you should do for them because you know damn well they would do it for you. So I've been waiting to do this for a while. It's not sexy, it's not perfect, but damn, I work my ass off for this. From 525 to the mid-200s, and I'm proud. As you freaking should be. It's like you lost me. Can you imagine carrying me, 6'3", 200 pounds around on your back for years and years and years, and then one day I get off? His wife is a victim of severe burns. When he asked why he didn't leave her, he replied, "I married her soul, her character, and she is the only woman that will continue to fulfill my dreams." Today, this guy was trying to find his wife in Fred Meyer, and he yelled, "Marco!" And she yelled back, "Polo!" And he just looks at me and says, "That came from the wine section, didn't it?" And oh my god, I think I just saw my actual future. Not a bad future, though. I seriously don't get people who are like, "No pets allowed in Zoom." If my students have a pet and it doesn't make an appearance, I'm marking it as absent so it has to come see me during lunch. My mom's a first grade teacher. She scheduled a Zoom meeting the day before distance learning started, specifically so students could show off all the cool things in their home that they were excited to share with their teacher. She met everyone's pets and saw their favorite toys. It was a wonderful experience that helped the kids get comfortable with her and excited for school. Man, whenever I read something about teachers, it just makes me even more mad that we pay them like crap. Opening day of zucchini season. Oh, that's a nice harvest, my man. Hi, I'm new to Reddit. I joined so that I could share this piece of EmKay fan art with you. Robin is my favorite narrator. No offense to the other narrators. I also posted this earlier, but I didn't know if it posted because of my internet issues. Please tell me if you've seen this already. I had not seen it, but I love this little guy, goddamn. He reminds me of myself, a bird, fat, very angry. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of another video. Always remember, if you even somewhat enjoyed this video, consider dropping a like down below, and if you really enjoyed it, well then make sure to get yourself subscribed and click that bell icon. And until next time, we'll catch you later.